that she was interested in going to school next year.
How you feeling about today?
Just trying not to think about it, but had some anxiety.
What are you nervous about?
I'm nervous about getting shamed for not having my kids do the regular school thing. And I'm getting nervous that they're gonna force our kids to go to school.
This Stumptown is so good. So last month we opened up our Patreon page and offered some rewards. One of those rewards was for people that donate $10 or more a month. They get to choose what the episode of the day is about. So this is our poll that we put up there, and there is 4 options. And you can see the one that got first place was Eden deciding about public school, which beat out teenagers and porn, and the biggest compliment we get about our kids. And people can submit any other idea they want in the comments. So, thank you guys for voicing your opinion. By the way, if you want to vote on next month's, you can join us on Patreon. But today, because of these people that voted, we are going to be talking about Eden and her decision that she's in the middle of making about public schools and how that impacts Cammie over here, who's a little nervous. You ready to talk about it?
Sure. About 4 months ago or so, Eden came to us and just said that she was interested in going to school next year. It would be going to this public high school, which is right there, basically in our backyard. When I first heard this, and even now, there's some of these feelings, I wasn't super excited about it. It sounded complicated to me. I feel like our life is pretty dialed in to how I want it to be, and this is like a completely other world that she would be stepping into, and therefore I would also be stepping into. I have nothing against public schools, but I wouldn't choose it for my kids if I have the choice, which fortunately for me, I do have the choice. I know a lot of people definitely don't have the choice, or they just have reasons for why they feel like it's good for their kids and their family, and that's totally fine. I think it is a very personal decision. For me, I wanted Eden to be home, and I didn't want her to be away for 6 hours, 5 days a week, and then come home and do all this homework and stuff. And I just knew it would disrupt our family, which I don't think is necessarily bad. It's just inconvenient to me. Eden had her reasons for wanting to do this, which I think she'll share with you. In a lot of ways, this decision of hers is actually similar to them deciding to go out to Washington without Ben and I. And if you haven't seen those videos, you can watch those. But I am actually excited for her to make her own decision and to learn as she goes. And I think there'll be pros and cons. I mean, I think there'll just be a whole thing that she'll learn from this whole experience. And maybe she'll love it. Or maybe she'll not love it, or maybe it'll be mixed, and maybe she'll decide to keep going to school, or maybe she'll decide, okay, 1 year is enough for me, and then want to quit public school. I don't know. My last real experience of this is when Dove was in kindergarten. So that was 13, 14 years ago. I remember really not liking that school really determined your schedule for your days, and you had to adhere to that schedule instead of making your own, which after 13, 14 years of not doing that, that's going to be a really hard adjustment for me, probably for Eden. I don't know. It's just going to be really different. And she's not 100% sure that she's going, but it's definitely been interesting knowing that there's a chance she'll go, to kind of have to process through all of my emotions around it. So, we'll see.
What are you making now?
This is up to you.
Coconut syrup.
Oh, that one is my favorite. A lot of people said they liked the
My
cinnamon.
least favorite.
What?
It's so gross. It's like
Why are
so
you
nutty.
Why are you so broken? What kind of kid are you? That's so good. That one, you could charge extra for that one, I'll bet. Like 50 cents more. Not to me though. What are the ingredients?
Coconut milk, cornstarch makes it a little bit thicker, sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla extract.
Wait, what about the coconut stuff? Oh, coconut milk?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what's going on with the shaved ice stand out here. I spot them. So look at all these different kinds of syrups that Memory has. So you said business has been kind of slow?
Really slow.
Really slow.
Had like 5 people.
5 people? That's still pretty good.
And like 2 or 3 of them are people we know.
Oh, okay. Well, looks like you might have a customer. Memory was frustrated because business is slower than she wanted, but hopefully it'll pick up the next hour or two.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. From this, I think it's 115. This is 25. So
Those were tips?
yeah.
So $140?
Hold on. I obviously I could have counted wrong, so
How much did you spend on it?
40. But those syrups are gonna last like the next time and maybe more.
When's your next one?
The past couple months, I've been trying to decide whether or not to go to high school. I want to go to high school because I think I'll learn more than I know right now. And I think it will also give me the chance to get an experience that I haven't had before. I also kind of want to see if I can do it. It's kind of been a long process. It's really hard for me to decide whether to go or not. And I feel like there's a lot of reasons why I shouldn't go, and then maybe even more reasons why I should go. And I've talked to a lot of people about it and heard their opinions. And I know that I should make up my own mind, but everyone is basically saying something different, and that makes it even harder for me to make up my mind. I started thinking maybe I'll at least see if I can get in and get enrolled, and then I don't know, we'll see what happens. So I went over to the high school a couple days ago, and they gave me a form to fill out, and then just today they dropped off this enrollment form and medical and health form for me to fill out. And especially because this trip is in 2 or 3 days, we're leaving. It's gonna be for 3 or 4 weeks, so that means if I did enroll for high school, then I would miss the first week or so. Then I started thinking about maybe not going to Washington, because I think missing the first week would be not that good of an idea. It's it's kind of stressing me out. I don't know if I should keep on pursuing this because this is something that I really want to do, or if I should go to Washington or not go to Washington. So that's what I've been thinking about the past couple days, and I really want to go to Washington, and I said I would go, but I also really want to go to high school, and I think it might be smarter to not go to Washington if I really do want to go to high school. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have 2 days to figure this out, so we'll see.